Good evening, everyone. Am I audible? Anusha, you listen to me? Audible, beta? Yeah. Harshita, how are you? Good, beta. Okay. One doubt someone had raised, I'll just clarify that. See, last lecture, I'd explained to you something called as BCG matrix, right? BCG was what? Come on, give me the full form. Boston Consulting Group. What I'd said, if you remember, BCG is supposed to be a portfolio tool. That means how a firm would be allocating its resources when it thinks about expansion and growth. So once student has given a question, sir, what is the difference between, I suppose he wants to know what is the difference between a cash cow and the next was question mark. Now, but if you understand the matrix, what I had said, when I'm having a business and in that business I have a firm and my firm is doing very well in that business. Now, what is the chart? Second chapter, beta. Who's this? What kind of a question? Second chapter, we have not finished the second chapter. There's some doubt someone had raised. Okay? Kindly pay attention. So I was telling like the students, if I have a firm and the firm is well established, that means my firm is the best in the industry. But the industry growth rate is less. What do I mean by that? There is no further scope for growth. If there is no scope for growth, then think on your own, beta. That firm of mine is very good, I'm the best, but industry is having no growth. So what should I do in this kind of a business? I should not make investment. Why? Because this industry growth is actually coming to the maturity and then the aging stage. So in such kind of businesses, whatever money I've invested, I should harvest the money. Harvest the money means what? Don't put in more money, don't invest more, but rather whatever money you've invested, remove that money. I gave an example yesterday of MTNL company. Bombay, if anyone wants a landline phone, you only have a MTNL phone, right? MTNL is the boss. But landline businesses become worst. No one wants because people today are happy with a mobile phone. Result, what MTNL will be doing? Come on, MTNL will not be investing more money in this business. But whatever telephone they have given to the people, they'll collect the money from them. So what they're doing, they're harvesting. So till the time this MTNL, which is now a cash cow, just a source of earning income, whatever income it can give, they will earn, harvest, because they know one day it will become a dog. And beta, what was question mark? Question mark is industry growth rate is very high, but my firm share is less. Now I am having a question mark in my mind regarding what? Regarding what should I do? I'm not doing very well in this industry. Industry growth rate is very high. Achha, I'm not doing good, so I should do better in this, but I feel I need to make more investment come on in Star because Star will give me a good scope to earn income. So I said this for the time being, question mark is a problem child. I know it deserves attention, but still I'm not able to give attention to that. That was the case. So I'll start now. Kindly pay attention. The next part. Who's this Nihal? Nihal, beta. Nihal, please keep your videos on. I'm requesting you all, please. Huh? This girl M Sankha, what's her name? Sankha, chalo beta suno. Now the one portfolio tool we did studied yesterday was students BCG matrix. Then we criticized that. We criticized mean the GE company criticized and gave a 9-cell matrix. Today we are going to study students the most prominent one. It's called as Igor Ansoff's matrix. It's easy provided you understand that. Please pay attention. Those who have come for the first time, Anusha, I think first lecture you are attending, beta. You come regularly? You come regularly? Okay, I also come regularly. Please come. Now, beta, pay attention. See, what is Igor Ansoff? What is it that he has to say? Ansoff says, when you go for expansion, right? So, on what basis you will do expansion? Expansion, he says, could be on account of the product. Expansion could be on account of the market. Please understand. Meaning what? When I say product, I mean this. I am selling a particular product, but my product is such that I cannot make much changes in the product. As I was selling, I'm supposed to sell the same kind of product again and again. So beta, if you have to expand, if you have to diversify, if you want to grow, then one option is what? You continue with the one same product. Let me be very clear. Same product I'll say is because you cannot make much changes in the product. Product is homogeneous. Take an example. A particular company sells Coca-Cola, the cola. So what change you can make in that? So in the color will be that. It will be in a liquid form. You cannot make much changes in that. So what would be the idea behind it, students? If you cannot make the change, then you'll have to sell more of that particular product. So product may what kind of expansion strategy I can do? I may have to sell the same product, or I may come with a new product. New product, very easy. I did sell first 1+1 phone. Then I started selling 1+2 phone. Okay. So like that we can make changes in the product. So when the product can be heterogeneous, I can come with a new product. Then beta market may, I may continue selling goods in the same market, or I may sell goods in a new market. Please understand it. Now, with this understanding, what Ansoff has done, Ansoff has given us 2x2 matrix. Please understand. And that matrix is something like this. See, as I said, students, you may continue with the existing product, new product. Please understand better. Existing product. Existing product, new product. Second, you may continue in the existing market or new market. Now please understand. What Ansoff says, if I want an expansion policy, but I am going to sell the same product, existing product, in the existing market only. So my product is same, the market where I'm selling the product, that market is also the same. Then beta, he says the strategy one should use is market penetration. Kindly pay attention, students. What is market penetration? It is to be understood like this. Market penetration. Kindly listen, please. Market penetration, penetrating the market means what? Influencing the buyers to buy more. You penetrate the market. Now, how do we penetrate the market? How do we convince the buyers to buy more? Many examples can be there. And beta, be very clear. First, what you write in this, market penetration will be continued if you are selling the product in the same market, right? And you are selling the goods and you are selling the same product. So your product is same, your product is homogeneous. You cannot make much differentiation in the product. And beta, the market where you're selling, that market is also the same. So what do? I penetrate the market and I sell more. Like what? Take this case. Niyati goes to that mall to buy something. So let us say Niyati wants to buy a pair of jeans. So over there that Lee shop says, buy one, get one free. Now this girl wanted to buy only one pair of jeans. And her mom had said, okay, fine, 3,000 rupees you take, you buy one pair of jeans. And when she goes over there, that person says, for 4,000 rupees you buy one, get one free. Now she wanted to buy only one pair. But then, bacha, we human beings are what? You know, Niyati, don't get me wrong, we are greedy by nature, right? So what Niyati does, she says, Mom, should I buy this? So she'll say, okay, beta, please, बच्चों के सामने कुछ नहीं कर सकते. Buy. Second, Harshita goes in the market as such, let us say, to buy one pair of shoes, and then it is said 50% off. So she wanted to buy a shoes for 3,000 rupees. Now she says, Amma, that shoes is 50% off. Can I buy one pair of what? Chappal or one pair of something else also with this? Buy. Achha, the problem is this, students, it's not that the shopkeeper wants to suffer a loss. They are not suffering loss. They are actually wanting to sell more. That is why this strategy. In Bangalore also, I've seen that particular shop, Metro Shoes. At this point of time in the summer season, they come with 50% off, 60% off, 70% off, and in the end they come with 80% off. So I know these people, student. Once I asked them, 18% off? Why? Look, sir, now the rainy season will come. And all the leather shoes which are there will get you a point now. These particular shoes will not be able to sell for the next 4 months. So instead of throwing it afterwards, let us sell it for 50, 60, 70. So beta, they are achieving the strategy, market penetration. Example number 3. Anusha goes to DMart and her mom had said, buy 1 liter of a cold drink. And then when she goes over there, she was thinking it will cost 50, 60 rupees. The students, Pepsi is available 3 liters and that is available for 100 rupees. Now this girl wanted to buy only 1 liter, but then student, Pepsi is giving you 3 liters at a very normal increase in price. So what is it that Pepsi is doing? It is penetrating. It is creating a demand. So people tend to buy more than what they actually needed. Okay, like this. One more example. Selling more. Take this case. As a small child, when you would go to McDonald's, so when a McDonald's one goes over there to buy burgers, right, Arshita? My son would ask me, Papa, let's go to McDonald's. Fine, even I would love. But then I realized he's not much interested in eating the burger. So I was wondering, what is he doing? He forces me to come to this particular shop, McDonald outlet, and he's not eating burger. He's more interested in engrossed looking somewhere else. So I used to wonder, where is he looking? He's so small to have girlfriends also. Then when I realized, he's telling me, Papa, you please buy for me Happy Meals. I said, okay, sure, you buy Happy Meals. But what is so special about Happy Meals? So then my wife says he's not coming here for burger, but he's coming here to actually get the toys. Arshita, McDonald burger mein, Happy Meals mein, they used to give that toy. And in the school when these kids used to go, there used to be a kind of a competition in there. Who has the maximum number of toys? So one particular outlet, all the toys if we have, now he'll insist that we go at a faraway place because that restaurant or that McDonald outlet gives what? Better toys as such. What McDonald is doing, McDonald, it's not that they love kids, but they know kids, parents can't say no. Mom did not tell no to Niyati not to buy one more pair of jeans. Le beta. Arshita le, Anusha. So what is this happening, beta? They are penetrating. They're trying to tell you, okay, please buy more. One fine day, Colgate company comes and tells, please brush your teeth 2 times a day. Hindustan Unilever will say take a bath 2 times a day. As if we have no other work, we'll just brush our teeth and keep on taking bath only. Pagal hai kya? Achha, why Colgate wants you to take the brush your teeth 2 times a day? They are interested about the decays in your teeth? No, they want to sell more Colgate toothpaste. As simple as that. Why Hindustan Unilever says take a bath 2 times? They want to increase the sale of the Lifebuoy and Lux soap. What strategy are they adopting? Market penetration. Boys and girls, beta, understanding? Anusha, is it clear? Many more examples you can give like this, students. You go to Big Bazaar, you go to DMart, you want to buy some particular stuff. Your mom had said you should buy 1 kg, and they say, sir, we have 5 kg. Then you buy that. So they have sold more. That's market penetration. See this, beta. Market penetration refers to a growth strategy where the business focuses on selling existing product into existing markets by making more sales to present customers without changing products in any major way. Okay, like a particular company said toothpaste. So what they'll make change in a toothpaste? They can't make much changes. So what to do? Increase the consumption of those goods. Penetration might require greater spending on advertising or personal selling. Convincing people. Then see, it is supported by a pricing strategy designed to make the market unattractive for competitors. Metro will give 60, 70, 80% off so that people will move from the place only to buy Metro shoes. By increasing the usage of existing customers, brush your teeth 2 times a day will be this, increasing the use. Next, beta, please understand, if you are selling the existing product in a new market, so your product that you have is the same, but you want to, now what is it, chat? Sorry. Yeah. Colgate people also use the technique of increasing the size of the, okay, right, perfect, beta. We have to remember different metrics is what kind of a question, beta. And who has written this? Why I'm teaching? I have taken here 20 minutes to teach this. And you're asking me you have to remember, you are being with Rahul Gandhi nowadays or what? You have to remember everything that I'm talking. 40 hours, not even 1 minute I want to waste. Anything can be asked. Whatever examples I have given, on that basis, questions will be there. Everything that I talk is important. Nothing is out of the syllabus except the Rahul Gandhi word I used because your question was like that. Next, see if you're selling the existing product and you want to sell the existing product not in the existing market but in the new market. I have a particular product, let us say Honda bikes. I was selling in Japan. Now I want to sell those bikes in India. So existing product in new market, what is that called as? Market development. Okay. I used to provide cell phone services in UK. Vodafone. Now Vodafone does what? That same work it does it in India. So for them, India is another market. Take another example, students. In India, students, we have a particular company by the name Tata Motors, Ashok Leyland. They sell commercial vehicles in India, trucks, buses. Now, when I've been to Sri Lanka, I found there are so many trucks and buses of Tata and Ashok Leyland only. Bangladesh also. So what is that strategy that Tata Motors and Ashok Leyland have adopted? It's market development. Market development, there can be another explanation for that. Kindly pay attention. Market development. Arshita, listen, beta. This girl, Shankha, where is she? Please don't do like that, beta. Market development can be understood in this way. The second explanation, student, for market. One I said Honda, Suzuki, Vodafone, Samsung. Samsung is from Korea. Hyundai is from Korea. They are selling the products in India. Market development. Market can also be developed in another way. Like what? Take this case. Beta, in my country, India, children have a lot of deficiency in calcium. Right? Anusha, deficiency in calcium. You know what is the reason, Niyati? Because children don't drink milk. They don't have curd. All girls started laughing. So actually they don't take milk. They don't want to have curd, buttermilk. So the bones become very weak. Another observation, when I used to take lectures in college, Harshita, listen, we used to have some particular girl sitting in the first bench. Shankar, beta, where were you? I was calling for your name again and again. Video should be on, beta. Welcome. So anyway, so there were a group of girls, I think in FY BCom. Every lecture that I used to take now, since I was approachable, I would talk to them, I would never get angry on the students. So these girls used to take some chalks, and I realized they eat that chalk also. Niyati, you have tasted that before? Okay, nahin, don't tell me lies. Okay, Harshita must have tasted chalk. Nahin. In fact, that girl told me, sir, I to eat chalk na. At my place when I go, I scrape through that particular, what we say, the wall, and scrape through, and whatever tuna I get na, I eat that also. Why? But so there's a craving, I feel like having it. So I asked, why is it like this? She said, sir, there is calcium deficiency. So imagine girls are having chalks, small children's, that particular tuna, lime from the wall as such. Now, then we realize that these small kids, when they go out to play and they jump, they fell down, and suddenly you realize that the bones get dislocated. Sometimes the hand bone is dislocated, sometimes the legs, and they have big plasters. Big plaster means nearly one advantage. In school, you'll get holidays for 3 to 4 days. But then you'll have to go afterwards. I mean, imagine, student, this problem is a problem, big problem. But for pharmaceutical company, this is an opportunity. Getting my point? Opportunity, why? Because they are seeing a business proposition in front of them. Keeping that in mind, student, there is a company by the name Sandoz. Sandoz developed calcium tablets for children's. The calcium Sandoz for children's were developed, and they started giving it in very beautiful packing. You know, that Mickey Mouse type of packing was there, and that is what they used to give. So the children used to get fascinated by that toy-like packing. Papa, show me that. And Papa also used to give that one tablet to it. That tablet was not tasty enough, but still, work was done. And with a Sandoz company made huge amount of money selling this particular calcium tablets. So first we had calcium tablets for children's. That was one market. Then what happened? Then when it was realized, the females, the women who are there, these women also are calcium deficient. In fact, women in my country are not only calcium deficient, but with us 60 to 70% females are even anemic. Anemic means they have deficiency of iron. They don't want to eat green vegetables. They want fast food. Idli dosa, right? Green vegetables they don't want to. So they get anemic, they have calcium deficiency. Looking at this opportunity, what Sandoz did, Sandoz introduced calcium tablets for women. And then, beta, in my country, Hema Malini was free. She was told, will you? Bola, haan, give me money, I'll advertise. So Hema Malini became the brand ambassador and she started advertising. As if she's very much concerned. She was concerned for a 2 crore that she was supposed to get. And then calcium Sandoz for women was also introduced. So see, one market was for children. Now they found another market for women. Then better, the next is in the line was all the elderly people. Elderly people, soon as it is, they are very weak. Then they cannot walk properly, but they do want to walk. And if you tell them, they don't listen. Buddhe ho jate. My father's students, 85 years of age, he says, I'm going out. I can't tell him, don't go. There's so much of rush. He went. And then, student, there's an auto rickshaw wala. No? He met with an accident. 84 years of age, the bone got broken. And then the doctor says, now you just pray that he dies properly. Why? Now I cannot do a surgery because at this age, surgery will be very painful. And second, whether he'll survive that surgery or not. So, beta, what was the problem? Why the bone got broken? He just fell down. No? Because the bone was very weak. Why? Calcium deficiency. So they asked Buddha Bachchan, no, sorry, Amitabh Bachchan, कि Buddha, sorry, Amitabh, you are free. Bola, हाँ, I'm free. So will you advertise? Bola, give me 5 crore, I'll do anything. Bola, Aja Buddha. So Amitabh Bachchan came and he started advertising what? Calcium Sandoz for elderly people. Imagine, calcium Sandoz tablets were for children, women, now elderly people. So additional market. Horlicks was first started for children. Then Horlicks was introduced for women. What is that strategy that we are doing? We are doing a strategy about what? Market development. That's the second one. See, market development. Okay. A growth strategy where the business seeks to sell its existing product into new market. This better you can go through it. It's very easy. Third strategy, please have a look over here. If I am coming with a new product, but I'm selling it in the existing market only, meaning what? I used to sell one phone. Now people had one phone, they used it, right? Arshita had a one phone, she used it. Now what? With some additional feature, they come with one plus two. So somewhere a particular client starts feeling, yeah, my phone is good, but that phone has some additional features. So should I buy that? But maybe she doesn't have the courage to ask her mom. And by that time, OnePlus 3 is launched. Now to she'll gather all the courage, mom, I want to buy OnePlus 3. So what are they doing with her? They are making development in the product. Imagine I'm told student there is some iPhone now, they sell it with 4 cameras. So Niyati, many times I wondered whether they are selling mobile phone or cameras. But as far as customers are concerned, they feel happy about it. Or in my book I've written, student, they can make a fool of the customer. So till that time such fools are there, they make hay while the sun shines. What is that supposed to be? Product development. Last strategy is I'm selling a new product in a new market. New product, new market. That means I was not at all in this business. Neither was I selling goods in this market. But I'm going for diversification. Diversification is new product in new market. Take this example, beta. See this case. All of you understand. In India now, there is a particular group of industry belonging to two Marwadi brothers, SR. Actually, the company's name is written like this, SR. These two brothers are actually Shashi and Ravi Ruia, Marwadis. Now, Marwadis are very rich people, बहुत पैसा है, छुपा के रखा है, पता नहीं किधर है. Now, Shashi and Ravi Ruia who are there ना, अच्छा किसी ने कुछ बोला बेटा? Now, what is this? NWIT has been taken over by most now. Achha, क्या I didn't understand beta what someone has written. Anyway, I'll come to it. SR, 1 minute. Now it's okay. Please finish. SR company bacha belongs to these two brothers, Shashi Ravi Ruia. Abhi, these Marwadis had lot of money, students. So in the past they realized that Ispat is steel, is having lot of profits. So beta, they had first come with SR steel. They have a big steel mill, steel rolling mill also, and students hard steel mill also they had. So they were into this business, doing excellent business. Then in the last lecture I had said, and be very clear, you have to relate it like that. Okay, every business has a life cycle. So it was introduction stage, growth stage, maturity stage, and then declining. So beta, one day a particular business will decline. So Marwadis is thinking ahead of the times. They saw an opportunity when Hutch company left a country. Hutch left a country. Hutch used to provide mobile phone services. When Hutch left, SR company came in India with cell phone services being provided by Vodafone. So it's actually SR company which brought Vodafone services. Abhi think beta, where a company was doing steel business and where they have come in telecommunication. So can I say this is new product, new market? Then one day in my country, Government of India said what? We are ready to privatize the oil sector. Okay. Oil sector we are ready to privatize, so we used to have Hindustan Petroleum, Bharat Petroleum, Indian Oil Corporation. And that time Reliance had started Reliance Petroleum. So there were big stories. Now Reliance will make lots of money because Reliance constructed the biggest refinery in our country. You know, in Jamnagar, beta, some 17 villages were vacated for them to make a refinery. Huge investment. The Marwadi felt, SR company felt, yeah, why should I not go in that business? So they started a particular business by the name SR Oil. So just see, what is this supposed to be? This is diversification. They were in steel, they came in telecommunication, they came in oil. Take the example of Reliance. Dhirubhai Ambani had started Student Reliance Industry Limited for textile, right? Then students, they came in petrochemicals, then they came in finance, then they came students on in petroleum, now they are in geo. So you realize what is that kind of a proposition called as, that will be called as, someone tell me, called as diversification. Please understand. So new products sold in new markets. That is what this particular matrix is. And don't ask me, sir, whether you have to study this. You have to definitely study this, please. Next is ABL matrix. I mean, when I say you have to study this, bacha, this is a very big topic, but never asked in the exams. But still, you should have an idea about it. The uncle's name is Arthur D. Little. Arthur D. Little, students, what he did, understand, till yet we studied 2 by 2 matrix. G was 3 by 3 matrix. Arthur D. Little gave a matrix which is 4 by 5. That means M. Shankar, how many boxes will be there? 20 categories that you'll have to study. Now please, I just share it with you, pay attention. What Arthur D. Little said, okay, sir, investment decisions has to be made on the basis of the competitive position of a firm. Now, what it means, competitive position of a firm? Imagine I am the owner of Geo. So Geo is one firm in the telecom industry. Now, beta, what is the competitive position of Geo? So, competitive position of Geo is dominant. Dominant means the position is very strong. Geo takes some decision, and those decisions are then followed by the other companies in the telecom industry. In the sense, Geo reduced the prices, everyone reduced the price. Geo started 4G, everyone said we'll start giving 4G service. So it can be like Geo, dominant. It can be strong. Strong is like today you have Airtel, they're doing good. By virtue of this position, the firm has considerable degree of freedom over its choice of strategies. It can be favorable, means okay. Tenable means they'll survive. And weak means it will become like Arcom, Tata Docomo, meaning what they'll do, beta, they'll have to move out. The first thing, we make a matrix on the basis of what? Competitive position of the firm. So I said it could be dominant, it could be strong, favorable, tenable, or weak. Or in which stage your business is operating. Yesterday I said business will be operating in 4 stages. Introduction stage, growth stage, maturity stage, and aging stage. Now here Arthur D. Little has given a name for growth, embryonic. Then we just born. Introduction, then comes growth, maturity, and then aging. Now beta, be very clear, what is written over here For that, you can take the ICI module and from there you can read. I just give you a brief idea. What Arthur D. Little is saying, and understand this, okay, sir, if you are in a dominant position, that means your position is very strong, and the industry life cycle is embryonic. Embryonic means what? You just born. 5th of September 2016 you are born, and by 6th of September you get 10 lakh customers. Matlab, you've created student tremors in that particular field. Then what do? You build up your empire and create barriers to entry. Niyati, what is barriers to entry? You stand on the door and don't allow others to come? No. Barriers to entry could mean what, students? You make good kind of technological progress and you make it be clear to the people. What Jio did, they said we are giving 4G. Tell Vodafone to give 4G. Vodafone to bichara pagal ho gaya. Idea to had no idea what was happening. So beta, what are you doing? You're creating barriers to entry. Next barrier, what Jio said, sir, calls are free. Till yesterday I had Airtel, I used to pay so much amount of money for my call charges. And today all of a sudden it is free. So what I'm doing, whether I'm in the embryonic stage, growth stage, or even maturity stage, I have to create barriers to entry. Same will be student strong. And in this case, if it's weak, aging, then beta, you are good enough to understand what you're supposed to do. Divest. Beta, don't get me wrong. In Hindi films, there is a dialogue that a person goes to play in the race course. Na? He says, "Langde ghode pe main kabhi daav nahi lagata." What it means? When I bet on a horse, I will never bet on a horse who cannot run properly. So weak is that. They're not performing well. And then sure, if it's favorable, industry is embryonic as such, then you try to build up your business. Harvest. Take out as much money as possible. So it's on those lines. You can read it from the ICI material. Because this particular note, what is here, is not very clear. Now, next is SWOT. And the next is TOWS matrix. Abhi, please listen. I was just, today morning, one student asked me, sir, how is the question paper? So I was going to the question paper. I think last year paper they had asked 5-mark questions, SWOT and TOWS. So one question someone asked, do we have to study this? Obviously, we have to study this. क्या बोलता है अभी ये? ADL, yes. ADL में there is nothing more to say, students. Now SWOT and TOWS. Last year it was asked for 5 marks. And 5 marks for intermediate student, at least 2 to 3 pages you have to write. And that also sensible. So how do we explain SWOT and TOWS? Please pay attention. See, it goes something like this. I said in the beginning of this chapter that whenever you are starting a business, you are supposed to do strategic analysis, right? You remember I used to say you cannot start a business on the basis of some gut feeling. No. Your gut feeling, your dreams, your baba, your babi, all that, na, keep it at home. When so much money is involved in starting a business, so do proper strategic analysis. No matter what analysis I'm supposed to do, I'm supposed to do an analysis of my internal factors and come on, external factors. Internal factors will be my strength and weakness. So I can say this internal strength and weakness are my inherent. That is, they are within me. Strength will give me an advantage. Weakness is something for which I'll have to pay a price. And be very clear, I cannot buy strength. Neither I can sell my weaknesses. Let's understand that. Then beta, external will be what? Come on, opportunities and threats. And that is how you get a SWOT. So what SWOT analysis says, inherent capability that you have is your strength. Try to get the best of it. Now, but if it's a 5-mark question, so beta, what we'll write here, my notes also has given just 8 lines on that. But this question was asked with toes, so I'll give some explanation. When you say strength, inherent capability of a company, let us say Tata's. Give the examples in the exam. What is the inherent ability of Tata's? They have the best human resource. I said, now if you want to make good companies, have better people. Tata's does that. So company strength, maybe it's human resources. And what they do in the process human resource development. You get people, they mold them as better employees. A company like Reliance Industry Limited, beta, finance, बहुत पैसा. Jio was launched and students, India mein to they got good amount of money. Foreigners also gave so much amount of. So raising finance had become very easy. If there is a company like Hindustan Unilever or Godrej, what they have, beta, they have the best marketing capabilities. You make anything, the dealer network is so strong that they'll be able to sell it. There is a company like Toyota, they have good quality. There is a particular company in my country, students, Sun Pharma, they have the best research and development facilities. Lupin Laboratories, students, very good research and development. Now, having these is something which is internal to you. You are blessed with this kind of what, come on, resources, and you can take the best of it. Weakness is an inherent disadvantage what you have. You cannot sell that. You have to work on it to make it as your strength. So what you should write, weakness can be, a company like Tata has the best human resources. There are some company students, they do not have good human resource. Like family businesses which are there, Marwadi companies which are there, they have their family members looking after the business. So one manager, we come to know who is the manager. Manager is the owner's brother-in-law, Sala. And Niyati, right, beta? Abhi Sale ko to dal bati churma khulao aur bejo. We don't want such brother-in-laws in the business. But beta, most of the family control business may you have family members. So they may not be the right persons for the right job. That could be a weakness. If Reliance Industry Limited, for them finance is a big plus point, then lack of finance for another Reliance you can write Reliance A. A over here means what? This Reliance belongs to Anil Ambani. Paisa hi nahi hai, kangla hai pura, right? Then a particular company has good marketing capabilities. There may be some companies which do not have as good. Bajaj, no money spent on research and development. There are some companies which do not do money, students, on research development, like that. What are the external factors which will give you opportunity? See, this pandemic, students, is a big source of opportunity to the pharmaceutical industry. Am I right, Vinay? Pandemic, Corona, imagine my cousin, he's the CEO of this particular company, Roche. I think I told you all. He stays in Singapore, he was in India. He said, Girish, we have come here to celebrate. There is a party, you can also join us. I said, fine, but what the party is for? He said, India has become the diabetes capital of the world. But Salah, kya bolta hai? Bola, haan, diabetic capital of the world, so our company product sale will increase in India. So imagine, students, if there are more diabetic, they celebrate. If there are more blood pressure patients, they celebrate. If there are more corona cases in India, they celebrate. Why? For them, it's an opportunity to develop something and sell in the market. Opportunity can arise because of what? Government policies. Opportunities maybe their students come on because some particular company may move out of the country. Hutch left, so it gave an opportunity come on to Vodafone. Am I right? Are bolo. There may be opportunity students for what? Maybe because of improved relations between countries of the world. How come our relations with America has become better? So we get a big market for our product in America. But America today doesn't want to make things on its own. Why? They make a particular product for $10. They buy from India for $1. So why the hell will they make? They say, "Arey tum bana ke do." If there are opportunities, there are threats also. Pandemic can be a threat. Government policies can be a threat. A new company entering in the market can be a threat. Imagine Vodafone ke liye Jio became a threat. Am I right? And good relations between country students can be a threat for the simple reason. If India is thinking about capturing American market, you find in the process America will capture Indian market. So that could be what students come on your SWOT. Strength, weakness, upon. I said these are inherent, internal, these are external. Strength students I cannot buy, I have to develop. Weakness I cannot sell, I have to improve upon it. Reason, if I don't improve upon my weaknesses, it will become a threat to me. I have to use my strength in such a way that I can make the best of the opportunity. Now please understand, this was mentioned in SWOT analysis. Then one particular person by the name Hans Weldrich said, "Sir, SWOT only tells us about the strength, weakness, opportunities and threats." Bola, huh? Sir, but we are studying something to make strategies, right? Does it help us to make strategies? Bola, no. But then what is the use? SWOT is just like a table dish. You've just formulated, you've just put it in the table, your strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. Bola, then what we should do? Bola, no, sir. We have to use our SWOT to make strategies. So if this was just a formulation tool, he said we have to implement that tool. And for implement, he said we'll go backwards. And he gave the name TOWS matrix. So SWOT, he said TOWS, TOWS matrix. TOWS matrix is what? Using the SWOT for implementation purposes. So we'll see the notes only, what uncle has said. See, Hans Weldrich developed a matrix. What is that matrix? I'll explain that. Suno idhar dhyan se. See, first thing, internal capabilities of yours is called as strength. Internal weaknesses, inherent student is your weakness. It can be strength or weakness. So we have shown on the vertical axis strength and weakness. And beta external, there can be opportunities and threats. Now, very easy. What he says, we form these 4 blocks. And then from this particular horizontal, listen, what I'm taking O, and from the vertical I'm taking S. So strength and opportunities. Now it goes without saying, what I should do with my strength, I should maximize my strength and get the maximum of the opportunity. So if I should maximize my strength and get maximum of the opportunity which the market is offering to me, the strategy becomes maxi. Maxi over here means maximize strength, maximize, come on, go fast, the opportunities. And this strategy is called as aggressive strategy. Aggressive what? Simple. I'm playing to my strength. And you all should remember one thing. You know, In competition, many a times we Indians have a feeling to reflect the weakness of the others. Don't do that. You play to your strength. You enhance your strength, you will always win. If you play on his weakness, then beta, you are not trying to win on your own. That's the wrong strategy. So see here, aggressive strategy is SO. Then the strength S and threat. अच्छा strength को क्या करना चाहिए? Maximize and threat को minimize. So use your strength to minimize the extent of threat, so the strategy becomes maxi-mini strategy. And this strategy will be conservative. Why conservative? As you were doing in the past, continue to do it like that so that it will not create any harmful effect on you. See, this students, weakness and opportunity. Weakness, what I'm supposed to do? Minimize. Opportunity, maximize. So see this mini-maxi strategy. This strategy will be called as what? Come on, tell me. Competitive strategy. That was conservative. That was aggressive, conservative. This is competitive. And last, students, defensive strategy. Defensive, why? Because I'm playing with my weakness and I'm encountering the threats. So mini, and the strategy will be called as what? Come on, defensive strategy. That all explanation is given here, please. You can read it afterwards. Okay. Any doubts? Swati, understanding, beta? Sure. Anyone else who has a doubt? Can I continue? Nihal. Nihal किधर जा रहा है? Nihal, understanding, beta? Getting everything now? Nihal. Now, the last part of the chapter, students, globalization. Globalization में, अच्छा, this question was there, student, for 6 marks. So, globalization के अंदर they had asked a question. I'll first explain everything, then I'll tell you what was the question. अभी क्या हुआ? Chat में क्या? Understand? Thank you, thank God. हाँ. Now, बेटा, globalization के अंदर है ना. First, what is the meaning of globalization? What are the characteristics of globalization? What is a MNC? What is a TNC? And what is a SME? And then comes the question, why do companies go global? And mind you, a 6-mark question was asked on this, why do companies go global? So the content in the material is only this much. But if you understand my explanation, everything, you'll be able to write. But please now listen. We'll understand these two concepts. What do you mean by a MNC and what do you mean by a TNC? Multinational corporation, and what do you mean by transnational corporation? Vinay, any idea? What is MNC? What is TNC? Chal, no idea, no problem, beta. I'll tell. Anusha, will tell anything? Anusha, you can talk. Chal, bol. Unmute yourself. Anusha, unmute yourself, beta. Where are you? No. Vinay, beta, you tell. Come on, unmute yourself, Vinay.
Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, please tell me.
Sir, I have no idea about TNC, sir. I know about multinational companies as all.
No problem, beta. Carry on. Tell me.
Sorry, sir.
Tell what is MNC?
Sir, MNC is particularly they'll start in a home country and diversify their service sector and like they diversify all their companies in different countries. Basically, like most of the
Okay.
companies like ANZ, Fidelity.
Anyway, no problem. Listen. Harshita, beta bolo. MNC, all well. This girl Swati bolo beta. Chal, I'll not waste time. Pay attention. Multinational corporation. Please understand, it's very easy. See, there is one company. Pepsi. Now you all know, Vinay, listen, beta, what you had in your mind and see this. a bit different. Pepsi is one particular company which is from USA. They make cold drinks, right? Now, this particular cold drink which they make in America, they used to sell, make very good amount of profit. The margin of profit was very high. So they are very happy. One fine day they said, if a product is so good, everyone in America loves a product, should we start selling a product in UK? A question. They said, why not? So Pepsi USA started a subsidiary in UK by the name Pepsi. Then, and what they used to do? They used to sell that cold drink. For that, they started bottling plant in UK. Bottling plant means what? Where they'll make that particular cold drink. They'll not bring it from USA. So transportation cost will increase. They rather have a bottling plant in UK. They started selling. Then they said UK to well accepted European country. So we'll start Pepsi in Germany. They started in Italy. They started in France. One day they said we'll start Pepsi in India also. Well, Pakistan also will start selling. So they started in Pakistan. Ravan was Lanka, right? Sri Lanka also they started selling. Kachra is Bangladesh. There also they started Pepsi. And now Pepsi is doing business in many countries of the world under the name Pepsi. Pepsi becomes a multinational corporation. Why I gave this example, Beta? Because Pepsi you could relate to. One company starts in one country, headquarters in one country, but it does business in many countries of the world with the same name, same logo, and same kind of taste of the product. The problem with MNC will be what, students? Headquarters is in USA. So if Pepsi India wants to take some decision, they'll have to get in touch with people in USA. Meaning what, beta, there is, come on, what is this? Centralization and decision making. Centralization means what? Any particular decisions has to be taken. Indians will have to decide only after they get the approval from the people in America. So can I say there may be a delay in decision making? And then, Suren, the biggest problem in this is such kind of products are not perceived well with the domestic consumers. Like say Pepsi, Volkswagen, Mercedes. Mercedes is there in India also, no? These all companies, students, somewhere when people buy it, they have a feeling, boss, this is a MNC, this is a foreign company. Also doing business in India. This is not our product. And there are some kind of people, Niyati would one day say, sir, why will I have this? I'll have a Jaljeera. I'll have a Amul ka chas, Arshita would say. Why? Pepsi is not from India. I will not have that. So those kind of feelings may be there when you talk about Pepsi. People would say, I will not buy a Volkswagen car. I'll buy a Maruti car. Somewhere that feeling comes, it's made in India. People would say, I'll buy a Tata car, Indian product. So that problem is there as far as MNC is concerned. But beta, one country, one company gets started. It starts its subsidiaries in different countries of the world and does business. Excellent business. Some decision-making problems are there. There is some delay. At the same time, there is no local touch. Local touch means it's an American product. Here, student, they are selling in India a product which is well accepted in America. India में बच्चा, the things that we want may not be the same. Because of that, there may be people, students who may have some particular negative feeling towards such products. So that problem was overcome, students, by starting transnational corporations. Boys and girls, pay attention. Transnational corporations take this case. There is this company in UK by the name Lever Brothers. There are two brothers. They started in UK a company, Lever Brothers, for making FMCG and for making medicines. Fast moving consumer goods and medicines they used to make. And this company, students, did excellent business in, come on, did excellent business in United Kingdom. Please understand. Lever brothers are from UK, England. Lever Brothers got started, FMCG, medicines. Excellent business they were doing. Good product, better quality of product they would make, very high demand. So one day these brothers thought, if we are making a product so good, well accepted in our country, should we start selling in USA? Well, yeah, why not? So should we start Lever Brothers in USA also? Well, no. We don't want to start a subsidiary in USA. Rather, in USA, please listen, they started a company by the name Unilever. Which lever, Swati? Unilever. Unilever is what? Very simple. It's a company. It's not a subsidiary. Achha, what makes me say it's a company? Unilever student has ownership. The shares of Unilever is owned by people in USA. Unilever management is looked after by people in USA. And some amount of money has come from Lever Brothers. Lever Brothers tell themselves, we make this soap, let us say, Lux soap, like this. Well accepted in UK. You want to make it in America? If you want to make Lux soap, you make Lux soap. You want to make Lifebuoy soap, make it like this. You want to make Dove, make it like this. You want to make Pears, make it like this. You want to make this medicine, we'll share. So, beta, Lever Brothers don't have the authority. They may have started this, but they have given the authority to the people in America. What happens because of this? The local touch comes. So the products are developed on the basis of requirement in USA, not the orders that they will get from UK. One day, student Unilever did very good business. So they said, yeah, there is so much of market in India. So they started Hindustan Unilever. Hindustan Unilever, come on, who is the owner? We have shares. I am a shareholder of Hindustan Unilever. So, bacha, it is Indians who have bought the shares. Indians are there who manage the company. Mind you all, Indians look after management and the products are made. How? On the basis of requirement of people in India. You buy a Lux soap in USA, you buy it in London, students. The soaps are so big. You buy in India, they're so small. Why? People want to buy that. Achha, one more point. Lever Brother make a particular soap by the name Carbolic soap. Carbolic soap is a soap for animals, for the donkeys, for the horses, dogs. There is this Carbolic soap which they make. Now that particular soap is very cheap. India, there is so much of poverty. So what Indian counterparts have done, that Carbolic soap they introduced in India by the name Lifebuoy. And Lifebuoy soap is the maximum selling soap of Hindustan Unilever. So somewhere they get a feeling, why this is the soap for animals. Bola, nahi. In India, it is okay. And this particular soap people buy. In fact, actually people buy. Acha, why this is developed in India? Because most of the people can't afford a Dove. Most of the people can't afford a Pears. Most of the people can't afford a Jasmine soap. Most of the people, even Lux, they couldn't afford. So, lay life boy. A local touch has come. People feel it is as per our requirement, as per our financial capability that the product is being offered. They are happy. Now, bacha, Hindustan Unilever is there. Then in some time they started Lanka Lever, Pak Lever, Dubai Lever, Saudi Lever, and there is Lever. Johnny Lever is different, sorry, huh? They have such kind of levers in different part of the world. What is these all companies? They are a case of transnational corporation. Hey, समझ में आ रहा है बेटा? Swati, understanding? So what's the difference, beta? Tell me. Multinational mein there are subsidiaries. Transnational mein there are companies. Multinational mein there is centralized decision making. Here there is decentralization. Multinational के अंदर there is delayed decision making. The decision making is faster. Here there is local touch. There is no local touch. Here local people when they buy a Lux soap or a Lifebuoy, they get a feeling it's made in India, right? Pepsi mein I said na. Arshita would say I don't want to have a Pepsi. I'll have Chas. I'll have that Amul milk as such or something like that. Meaning, if you want the local patronage also, then it's better that we start a TNC. Another example that comes to your mind is Nestle. Nestle is a company from Switzerland. But that Nestle started another company in India also. And you go in most of the countries in the world, you'll come across a Nestle. That's a TNC. Third one, we have students, supranational enterprises. What is supranational enterprise? Simple. But until yet we studied the MNC, TNCs. They are profit motivated, politically well connected. Unless and until your political connections, you cannot start business in different countries. These enterprises, students, I'm saying supranational enterprises, they are not politically connected. Maybe they are not profit motivated. They have different considerations. Like what? They want that countries of the world should promote trade. So one of the examples, students, is WTO, World Trade Organization. What WTO says? Countries of the world should trade. Why trade? Because if they trade with each other, they'll become interdependent. And once they become interdependent, then they'll not fight with each other. Getting my point, Vinay? If India starts buying things from China, China starts buying from India, then we'll buy and sell. We will not fight in Ladakh. Getting my point? If Pakistan buys from us and we buy from Pakistan, then there will be trade between countries. So WTO says what? Promote trade. WTO also says reduce tariff and remove quotas. What do you mean by that? If a person brings things from other country now, my country government would say, you please pay custom duty. There was a time in my country, custom duty was 360%. So Vinay is very happy buying a Sony TV from Dubai. That time, student, Sony TV was not available in India. He bought it for 10,000. Very happy in Bangalore, in my colony. I'll be the only one having a Sony TV. Mom, dad is very happy. When he brings a television in India, he shows this. The custom authority tells him to pay 36,000 rupees custom. He has to leave the television there only. Why? 36,000 what? Pagal. So what we Indians used to do that time, we used to buy Indian color television. Indian color television, I remember we had in our house something called as Uptron. Uptron, you heard the name? Uptron is Uttar Pradesh Electronics. My God. भाई ये लोग टीवी बनाया था, सोचो, यूपी ट्रॉन, उत्तर प्रदेश इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स, बेटा, in this color television there was no color only. You getting point? So we had to satisfy with us ourselves with substandard products. Foreign products, there was too much of custom duty. People had to be happy with the Bajaj scooter only. Why? Because Hondas and Suzukis were not allowed. So government actually protected these inefficient companies. And don't get me wrong, students, when you protect these inefficient companies, they have no reason to become efficient. So WTO says, uncle, reduce tariff. Today, what is the tariff, students? On these things, tariff has become zero. So, rule has become what today? Survival of the fittest. Make good products, people will buy. You don't make good products, then people will buy foreign products. But this gives a challenge to you, na? You make a television better than Sony, then you go and sell in the world. Because for the world till now, quality means what? Sony television. You make a television better than Sony, then what will happen? Full world is open for you. So don't get a feeling that we are opening a country for Sony. Rather feel we are opening the world for you. Good thinking. That is what WTO had in its mind. Remove custom duty, remove quotas. Then, bacha, there's another enterprise by the called as IMF. And there is World Bank. World Bank actually is IBRD. IMF, International Monetary Fund. World Bank is International Bank for Reconstruction and Development. Take this case. IMF gives financial accommodation to countries for a short period of time. So countries of the world want foreign exchange for, let us say, 6 months, 1 year. IMF will give. So one child asked me, so why IMF gives for short term? And what we use it for short term? Imagine, $1 rate is rupees 74 today. And Sukumar goes to buy it, and he realizes the dollar rate is 85. So this boy will say, forget it, I don't want. He wanted to travel to US, he said, I'll not go. I'll go to some Bangalore, Ooty only I'll go. Nahi jane ka. Now what? Simple. Understand? He will not buy. Buying from America, things become expensive. Traveling to America becomes expensive. Trade will reduce. So IMF gives foreign exchange to the Indian government. Tell them, so please increase the supply of dollar in your country. When you increase the supply of dollar in the country, what happens? The rate which was 85 will come back to around 70. So short-term money required, IMF gives. And if you want funds for a long period of time, then IBRD. IBRD generally gives money to countries, who have fought war. So war ravaged economies. And they want the country to be developed again. Like best example that comes to mind, so there's a country, Iraq. Iraq, God has not given brains to these people. Only oil. Sukumar, right now, अक्कल नहीं है Iran, Iraq, Saudi. अक्कल नहीं है, सिर्फ तेल है. They keep on fighting with each other. Iraq at once upon a time, student, was the country with second maximum oil resources. Today it has become a beggar. Why? Saddam Hussein. Saddam Hussein student revolted against Kuwait. Kuwait was supported by America. Then America joined the war. And they actually ravaged the Iraqi economy. Now, to develop the country again, they want funds. Who will give the money? IBR. So here, what is the aim? Maybe not to make profit, but ensure that countries of the world have cordial relations with each other, promote trade, and the funds in the countries of the world are put to best use. When I say funds are put to best use, better be very clear. Imagine Vinay, you tell me, You want to start a business and you take a loan. But in Bangalore, if you take a loan, I think you know very well, the bank will charge 12 to 15% interest. Agreed? Sukumar, yes or no? How much interest? 12 to 15%. So Sukumar says, sir, if I take loan from Japan, if I take loan from USA, let us say big amount it is, then what happens? Simple. But Japan, USA will give you loan at what rate? 0.01%. How much? 0.01%. Why like that? You know, Modi is very clever. What Modi uncle did? He said, I want to start a bullet train from Ahmedabad to Mumbai. Salah, who will give you the money? You don't have money for metro rail. Bullet train will give you the money. Japanese government said, we'll give you. Well, thank you, sir. At what rate of interest? They said, we'll give you at 0.01%. So if there is a Marwadi, what Marwadi will do, Malo? He'll take money for 0.01% and start giving loan at 12 to 15%. Anyway, you understood my joke. But beta, why Japanese people give loan at such a low rate of interest? Acha, Vinay, tell me, if you deposit money in India, I think you know very well, bank will give 6% interest, 7%. If you deposit money in a bank in Japan, how much interest you get? If you deposit money in a bank in USA, you know what you get? You get minus 2%. Minus 2% means what? Arshita, what is minus 2%? Bank charges 2% to you. Why? Why you are saving? Spend money. Imagine my country, we are compelled rate 6-7% and save. There they punish people for what? Punish people for saving money. Spend money. They have lots of funds, man. So that fund which is there in excess, it should be used for development of the world. Na? I always say in economics students, if I have brain, I should not keep it idle. I should make it, fast, active. So if I have money, should I keep it idle or make it active? Active. So what Japan is doing, using its money in India, India's development. India develops students, so Japanese company will be able to sell their goods in our country. So it's a mutual beneficial situation to everyone. And that is why there is IBRD, Supranational Enterprise. Okay, pay attention. Now, MNC I explained, PNC I explained, supranational enterprise. Now, question comes, let's discuss this. Why do companies go global? So what is global? I'm selling in India. I want to sell the products in Sri Lanka. Global. I'm selling goods in America. I want to sell it in India. Global. The question comes, why companies go global? Look at these points, students. Anyone can give an answer. Please tell me. Yeah, Dikshit, put on your video, beta. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. Unmute. No. Anyone else? Come on fast. Dikshit has some problems. Chalo, I'll tell beta. Now understand, this is a question which was asked for 6 marks. So you have to make a reference of TNC MNCs, but this also. Why do companies go global? Please understand now. Arshita, pay attention, beta. See, why do companies go global? Nihal, paying attention, na? Sun raha na, beta? You listening, na? Where is Anusha? Anusha is again absconding. Pay attention. See, it says what? Domestic markets are no longer adequate and rich. I'll explain that point first. क्या मतलब इसका? What it means? Let us say there is a company, there is a country, Japan. In Japan, students, you have so many companies making products, selling products. So in Japan, you have a Honda, you have a Suzuki, best of the cars and motorcycles they make. Now in Japan, they have sold this, and in Japan, no one wants to buy it. Why? They already have these products. But for that student, the company will not stop production. Just now we studied market development strategy. So what companies will do, what these companies from Japan will do? They feel, come on, we do not have sufficient scope to sell the Honda, the Suzuki, Germany with the Mercedes in their country because people already have these products. So why not we sell it in other countries? So beta, domestic markets are no longer adequate and rich. Sometimes the domestic consumers can't afford. Imagine in India we make a very good product, but people in my country are not able to afford. So what do? I sell it in America. Take an example. My country, bacha, you have the best of the diamond industries. Best diamond polishing is done. Now, where to sell the diamonds? Sell the diamonds in Bombay. Bombay people are not going to work for the last 1 year. They don't have money to buy food to eat. So where will this diamond industry sell the products? They'll sell it in Gulf countries because people over there has a lot of money. So see, the idea is what? Your domestic market cannot take it. So you give it to the foreign market. If domestic market is not that rich enough, so I give the example of diamond industry. There is a need to grow. Every company wants to sell its goods in the international market. Need to grow. Rapid shrinkage of time and distance. What does that mean? Today, beta, we have very good transport facilities. Excellent. So taking goods from one country to other country has become not only reasonable, but it also happens very fast. So because you have good communication, transport facilities, globalization is emerging. Reliable or cheaper source of raw material, cheap labor. Listen, now pay attention. There is one company, and please, you should write this example name. There's one company in America by the name General Motors. General Motors used to sell in India a car by the name Ambassador cars. Ambassador cars you must have seen, na? Sukumar, Ambassador cars they used to make and sell. Good cars. For people like me, very spacious cars. Best. Now one fine day, student Ambassador car stops its selling in India. But General Motors factory, which was in Gujarat, it continued with the production facilities in Gujarat. They used to make the car in Gujarat and sell it in US. Why? Because beta, in India, land is cheap, labor is very cheap. So instead of making in America and selling it over there, they feel making in India will be cheaper. In their country, student, they say if they make Coke, Pepsi, government has restriction. No, sir, water you will be using. In my country, you can buy politicians and use as much water as required. I remember I was taking lectures in Chennai. Chennai, there's too much of shortage of water. No? Once one of our professors was supposed to go for a lecture and there was no water supply. So some water to drink we had. He had water. And then within 2-3 hours, he said, I'm not feeling well. And suddenly we realized that he's suffering from food poisoning. Shocked. So somewhere you get a feeling, buddy, we in India give our water resources to Cokes and Pepsis, but Indians do not get water to drink. So our country is fine. Take USA will not be ready to give water to Indian companies as such. But here it is available. Why not? We'll start it in India. setting up that lowering of trade and custom barriers. In the past, students, there used to be a lot of trade barriers. I said the custom duty. Today, all that is removed. Formation of regional blocks. Regional blocks means today countries wants to trade with each other. You have OPEC, Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. So Saudi Arabia, Dubai, they all trade with each other. Government also encourages student trade. And finally, technology is developing, production is increasing, cost is decreasing. Trade has become a better proposition. That is why companies go global. Very important, note down all the examples. Sukumar done. Example likha, Harshida, you finish talking to your friends? Okay. So beta, that ends our chapter number . I think that ends chapter number 2. Now, once you go through the chapter number 2, you can just go through the MCQs. You'll find it comfortable. Maybe one of the lectures, I'll solve one paper also. We'll start chapter number 3, strategic management process.